Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management. I'm bringing an important update about the economy and the investment market so you can better understand what we're seeing out there in the economic landscape. Last week we had some very kind of a muted response, not only through the government but through corporate earnings, meaning things weren't really that great and they weren't really that bad. So it's kind of one of these things where it's kind of lukewarm at best. The Beige Book came out yesterday, and this is basically a good indicator of the general economy. And essentially, things are definitely slowing from the comments from the Beige Book and so forth, and from the Fed. You know, this does concern us. We're already basically in a stagnant economy. Inflation seems to be ticking up. Although in the U.S., when you look at the CPI, Consumer Price Index, our government strips out, obviously, food and energy, which is impacting most people. I've talked to probably 24 individuals or families in the last week, just kind of asking them about their food bills and what they're seeing out there. Most people are telling me they've had a substantial increase in food costs this year as they go to the grocery store. That impacts you. That's going to obviously slow some of the economy down. So we're really on a cautious stance. We've seen a substantial rally of over 8 to 10% in the S&P from its market bottom about 2 weeks ago. And we basically came up and hit the ceiling, which we keep hitting. This is in fact about the 5th time we've hit the ceiling. The positives would be if we could break above this ceiling or this trend. So essentially, if you look at the S&P, we dropped down to around this 1150, 1175 area, in that range, or 1050, 1075, excuse me. We basically bumped back up to this 1220 range. We've done that actually 4 or 5 times now. And what basically every time we go up, it seems that we kind of hit this top and we basically stop. So what that tells me is there's not a real lot of conviction in the market by professional money managers. In fact, the volume in the market's been very, very low. We continue to have a cautious stance. Our stance could change if economic news really comes out, and also if this market really trends, the market trend indicators really reverse course and actually start to show a positive. We are concerned not only about the Europe situation, which appears to be only getting worse, and there seems to be constant news about that and basic back and forth rhetoric, not only from Germany but France, on these magical bailout plans, only to find out the next day these were just rumors. I think ultimately I would rather err on the cautious stance right now and be more cautious and hold quite a bit of cash. I think ultimately we will put money back to work. I'm not in a big rush to do so at this point until we really see a definitive trend on what's going on. I don't think the world's coming to an end, I can tell you that right now, but I certainly don't like the way the politicians and the policymakers in our country and in the world are dealing with some of the problems that really need to be dealt with. If the economy indeed does go into recession, we could see some substantial declines in the equity-based markets. We want to try and protect our clients against that. So again, if you have questions about your portfolio, if you're concerned about your money, we continue to do what we are paid to do, which is manage not only the upside potential, but the downside risk. And I think most of our clients would rather give up a little bit of upside potential in order to hopefully protect a lot of downside risk. If you do have questions about your portfolio, if at all you have any general questions, give our office a call. We'd love to talk with you. And as always, if you know anybody who's looking for professional money management, we always do appreciate referrals. Think about us when you are talking to your friends and family. And hopefully if you have a chance, listen to Sunday's show and have yourself a great and profitable day.